Hi everyone, this is Jim Simcoe, Chief Green Officer with In the Now Investments, and I want to welcome you to our special webinar, Investing in Green Real Estate Through Your IRA. Once again, you can check us out at www.inthenowinvestments.com. Your time is valuable, so I want to get started right away. So, there are three main reasons why it makes sense to use your IRA to invest in real estate, and they are that the real estate investments that we use are incredibly low risk compared to the stock market. They also give you a much higher return than what you get in your typical traditional retirement account. And it gives you a lot more control over your retirement investment future. So those are the three main reasons that we have seen over the 90 deals that we've done that investors like working within the Now Investments, and the three main benefits people choose to work with us. Now, it's important to note that most people think of their IRA as an investment, but really an IRA isn't an investment. It's really a vehicle in which to invest. And it may seem like a small thing, but that's a very important distinction in that you can invest in, instead of investing in an IRA, you could invest in gold bullion, you could invest in collectibles, you could invest in the stock market, you can invest in real estate, you can invest in life insurance policies. So your IRA really is just a vehicle in which to invest, and you direct and choose which vehicle you want, you choose which investment you want your IRA to invest in. So the big thing here to ask yourself and to decide on is to decide who's driving your vehicle. So if you think of your IRA as a vehicle, you have two choices. You have someone who gets paid whether you win or lose, whether you make money, whether you don't make any money, and that would be somebody in the stock market or investing in common stock. Or two, the person who cares the most about your family, which is typically going to be you. So we always recommend, obviously, that you take control of your investments because you're the one who cares about them the most. And that's one of the things, one of the reasons that investors like working with us is that we allow them the control of controlling their investment future for their retirement. And really, in this day and age, with the economy being what it is and the stock market being the way it is, it's time to get behind the wheel of your vehicle and make your own choices and really control your destiny. With banks going under, with the stock market being as crazy as it has been over the last 3 or 4 years, you want to invest in something safe, you want to invest in something high return, and then you really want to invest in something where you've got a lot of control over what's happening. And in no other area do you get all three of those things than in a real estate investment that gives you passive income in a safe real estate investment, very much like the ones that we offer or that we work with our investors on. So at the end of the day, we want drivers. We've done 90 deals in the last 14 months. We've got 90 drivers on board with us, and we're always looking for more drivers because we believe so strongly in helping people prepare for their retirement and make more money in their retirement and in their retirement accounts. And again, we've handled over 90 drivers in the last 14 months. Now, obviously, most people have some concerns when they first think about moving their money from their IRA into a real estate investment. The three main concerns that people have that we help them with is that most people feel like they don't know enough about today's real estate market to really maximize it. Like, they're not real estate investors, they're not professional real estate investors, they have a full-time job, they have families, so they don't necessarily know the ins and outs of the market. Luckily, it's all we do, so we've become the experts in that field because we don't offer any other services, we don't offer any other products. It's real estate. This is our only business. The other concern that a lot of people have is that people don't understand how to use an IRA to invest in real estate. And I'll be quite honest with you, before I started within the Now, I didn't know how to do it either. I didn't know that you could, I knew you could invest through your IRA in real estate, but I didn't have any clue about the process. And what I can tell you now after being with the company is that the two owners of the company, Shannon Burke and Ryan Burke, are experts in the process of rolling an IRA into a self-directed IRA and then investing it in real estate. They probably know more about that side of the business than anyone else in the country. And they've done more than 90 deals in the last 14 months, all of them extremely successful deals, So again, they know more than anybody else out there. And then the last concern that a lot of investors have had when we first talked to them is, quite frankly, they don't know a good deal from a bad deal, and they don't know if they should invest in property A or property B. They don't really know. And so that's one of the reasons, one of the things we're able to help people with is that we determine whether a deal is worthwhile, and that we only bring good deals to our investors. And what I mean by that is when we look at, we may look at 100 different properties, and out of that 100 properties, we'll pick probably 5 or 6 that might make sense for an investor. And after doing our due diligence and doing our energy audits on the property and seeing what kind of rebates we can get on the property, seeing where it's located, neighborhood, the appreciation that we can expect over the next 5 years, out of those 6 properties, we may select 2 or 3. So literally, out of 100 properties that we look at, maybe 2% of them end up being deals on our end. So unlike most investment groups out there who try to push any deal possible through the door, 98% of the deals that we look at, we don't even take, and our investors will never even see, because we don't pursue them, because we don't feel that they're safe enough as an investment or offer high enough of a return as an investment. I personally have looked at deals with the 2 owners of the company, Ryan and Shannon, and looked at deals that they were talking about that looked okay to me, and they both shut them down because they didn't think that the return was high enough for them. So I can tell you that they really believe highly in that, and I believe highly in it too, that it's got to be an unbelievable deal, a really good deal for an investor for us to even pursue it. So those are the concerns that most investors have when they first start talking to us, and that's how we handle it. You don't know much about the real estate market, or you don't know a good deal from a bad deal, or you don't know how to roll over your IRA. Well, we can handle all of that for you and talk to you about exactly what it takes to be successful in this. And again, we handle a majority of the process. And which leads me to our next slide, where we really do provide a complete A to Z solution to help you through the entire process. So everything from helping you roll your IRA over, to identifying a property, to purchasing that property, to getting the rebates on the property, to handling all the construction and the rehabs that are required for the property, basically fixing up the property, and then also putting a tenant in that property so that you start getting cash flow right away. We actually guarantee that we will have your place rented within 60 days of you purchasing it. Otherwise, we'll pay you $850 a month. We've got contracting crews, property management crews, real estate crews, who all work together to make sure that once we have identified a property, that the work gets done, the property gets fixed up, all the rebates get handled, and that you're delivered a property that's in pristine condition, that has very little competition in the marketplace because it's completely energy efficient, and that we're going to have a tenant in there within 60 days. One of the nice things is that since we've been greening our properties and making them energy efficient, the cost to run a property, your typical utility bills, are typically 25 to 40% below what it is any other property. So they're very easy for us to rent out, because people see the properties, they see that they've had a lot of energy improvements made to them, and they know that their electric bill, which typically would be $250 a month, is going to be $150. So it's a pretty nice proposition for a new renter. It's very easy for us to rent, but either way, we guarantee it to you, the investor, that we're going to rent it within 60 days. So here's how the process works. There are different retirement plans. The 2 most popular are an IRA and a 401k. Obviously, you've probably heard of both of those. And at the end of the day, basically what it is to invest in real estate, you must have a self-directed account. So whether you have a standard IRA or 401k, what you have to do is roll that over into a self-directed account, which is a very easy process to do, and we handle and walk you through that entire process. In a self-directed account, we help you roll your IRA into one. Now, there are no penalties for doing this, and your money will roll over into what's called a passive custodian account. Now, a passive custodian account basically holds your money in an FDIC insured account, and then you direct the funds into any investment you choose. Now, which means you can direct it directly into real estate. Now, the exceptions here are you can't direct it into life insurance, collectibles, or dividends into a small business like an S corporation. process is once we find your green investment property, your retirement plan actually will purchase the property, and the real estate will actually be owned by your retirement plan. Now, there's a few benefits of that. The biggest one is that it's a tax-free bonus. All profits made from the investment go directly back into your retirement plan, tax-free or tax-deferred. So this is huge. So when you're getting checks of $850 a month, that goes directly back into your retirement plan. And as you probably know, most retirement plans are not paying $850 a month tax-free going back into your retirement plan. It's a really nice way to build your nest egg and to build your retirement. Let's walk through an example. Let's say you purchase a property from us for $50,000 that is producing $850 a month in rental income. That $850 goes back into your retirement plan every single month. Now, the income stream here is that you've created an $850 a month income stream attached to your retirement plan. Now, the question to ask yourself is, are you getting that kind of income stream now with your retirement plan? And if the answer is no, then please give us a call, because we can talk to you about what we can do specifically for you. And let's say you sell, just for the sake of argument, let's say you sell the property in 3 years and you make $100,000. So you buy it for $50,000. 3 years from now, it's worth $150,000, which, because our properties tend to appraise significantly higher because they're green properties and they're extremely energy efficient, the $150,000 is or making $100,000 in 3 years in profit is a pretty conservative number based on what we've seen in the marketplace and based on what we've seen on the 90 deals we've done so far. Well, what happens is when you sell, that $100,000 goes back into your plan, goes right back into your retirement plan, and there are no capital gains tax on this at all. So the beauty of this is that the entire time you got a profit of revenues, income stream of $850 a month, that went into your account, your retirement account, tax-free, tax-deferred. And then when you go to sell it, you don't have any capital gains tax on it. So that full $100,000 goes back into your retirement account. Now, there are no other real estate investments that you can do this with. Any other real estate investments, you have cap gains on anything you make in the first 2 years, and then after the first 2 years, you're also going to have cap gains tax after that, after a certain level. So the beauty of this is that the profit process, and we really do call this a profit process because, every time you do it, you're making money on it. So this profit process can be repeated over and over. You can buy one property, hold it, sell it, take that revenue, buy another property. We have investors who have 5 and 6 properties. I think we've got a few investors who have more than 10 properties right now. And they do it because it's just an easy way for them to generate income very safely into their retirement account and make money in their retirement account versus where their money was before in their retirement account, which is typically in stocks and bonds. So the one last thought I want to leave you with at the end of this is that what we do is we give you the ability to control your retirement. And what I mean by that is we offer you an incredibly safe investment, one that has an incredibly high return, and one that you control. You can choose to buy one property, you can choose to buy 10 properties. You can choose when you want to sell it, you can choose the area that you want to purchase it in. And so we really put the control in your hands. We handle the process for you. So we take the guesswork out of it, we take analyzing the data out of it, we take all of the administrative work out of it, all the things that most people don't want to do or don't have the ability or don't have the skills to do. We handle all that. We're the experts in that, and we give you the ability to control your retirement. So with that said, please check us out at inthenowinvestments.com. You'll get more information as to how our process works. You can also see some testimonials from some actual investors, and they'll tell you exactly why they choose to invest with us and why they have 1 property, 5 properties, 10 properties, and you'll get all the information that you need. Please check us out at inthenowinvestments.com. Once again, I'm Jim Simcoe. I'm the Chief Green Officer of In the Now Investments. Thank you so much for being on the call tonight.